What's up, crypto legends? So the Bitcoin halving is just 115 days away from now. We know by a fact that that has brought a major price increase, as we can see every single time after the halving. 12 months after it, we've had a massive increase. Does this mean we're going to see that major increase in 2024 and part of 2025, as this time is different? Yes, we do have a possible spot Bitcoin ETF approval in between the 5th and the 10th of 2024. We are seeing big players. JP Morgan wants to participate for BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF. We are seeing Bitwise already has indicated an interest in purchasing an aggregate of up to 200 million of shares in this offering from authorized participants. And we know what happened once that gold ETF came into fruition. We saw 2004 that approval, and years after that only a major increase in the gold price. Everything looks really bullish for 2024, right? We'll be analyzing the situation here, guys. What is the major levels where the price of Bitcoin could bounce from if we were to get a huge major corrective move? We have been consolidating here in December, and right now we are holding by a thread the value area low, which is sitting around about 41,800. If we were to start losing this level very aggressively, there's a massive gap here with no volume all the way down to $38,000, where we could start seeing some big major support levels to rebuy some spot Bitcoin. We are going to talk here about the major levels on the lower time frames to detect some major opportunities, so make sure to stay tuned. Hi there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode. Let's dive in here, guys. But before we go through the analysis, I want to let you know that my favorite crypto trading platform is Bybit. Remember, you do have a great bonus down below in the description. It's the first link. $30,000 of bonus here can be claimed depending on what you deposit. If you cannot trade on Bybit, I would suggest Mexc or Mexc. Mexc has a great bonus of $20,000. This is a deposit bonus. The more you deposit and you trade, the more airdrops you're going to get here to your futures platform. Now, this is to pay trading fees and losses, guys. Make sure to take advantage. Another great way to support the channel as well. So doing the analysis here for the price of Bitcoin, where we currently at the moment, this is very disturbing, where we did have a major drop here on the 11th of December. Something about this massive move to the downside, it had a lot of volume, as you can see here on the chart. And what is very disturbing is that after that drop, we moved in a three-wave move here to the upside, not managing to claim those highs. For me, this is very, very corrective. It is very disturbing to think that there is a chance that we could actually drop beneath $40,000 possibly in the next coming days. There are two scenarios for me here, of course. That would be a running flat ABC corrective move from this point. No doubt that this is corrective. You have a three-wave structure here in a B wave. Now, is this the end of the C wave forming that running flat, and that we are going to rise right now to create some new yearly highs? It is definitely a possibility. This is why corrective moves can be very, very complex. Now, in a much more, aggressive corrective move on an ABC, of course, we could go as low as $38,000 to $37,000. When we do take a look at the extension from the start of the corrective wave here with the high volume and go to the top of the B wave, we can see that 1.618, which would be an aggressive move to the downside, is sitting slightly beneath $37,000. So can we reach that level here based on this corrective move? Absolutely yes, guys. There is something very disturbing here when we do take a look at the volume profile. We are holding by a thread here the value area low from this trading range created in December. We can see that consolidation created in between yesterday and today. We're bouncing. We're in this downtrend for the last week, and we are holding here by a thread. Can we get a bounce from this level? Well, absolutely yes. We are consolidating. We only just tapped that weekly level here just yesterday. We are trying to maintain this level as support. The longer here we do have on the price, creating lower highs on lower time frames, it's just not going to be looking good. It's probably just building up here for that major move to the downside. What is disturbing, guys, is the massive gap where there's no volume. Now, the volume starts here from this range of the last few months all the way here at $38,000 is where we start to see some volume picking up. This is a classic range where the price just can get a major drop of $3,000-$4,000. It has happened before. We've seen it many times, and this is the moment where it could possibly can do that. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I just want people to stay safe. Any people that is longing Bitcoin very aggressively because we have a bunch of liquidity sitting here at 44,000, 44,500. Yes, there is short liquidations at this level. We are in an uptrend, so maybe there is the chance. I just want people to stay safe because these kind of events are the ones that get people extremely wrecked. You suddenly wake up in the morning and you see a huge, massive candle here and getting a lot of people absolutely liquidated and burned. All right, so if you are a swing trader, just take it into consideration. If Bitcoin needs to drop several $1,000s, it is at this current moment because it's holding a major volume zone, the value area low of this trading range of December. There's a big gap here with no volume all the way down to $38,000. That would be a $4,000 drop from current levels. Just want people to stay on the safe side. If that were to be the case, of course, we do have a daily naked point of control. This was a consolidation here that we had on the 3rd of December. Okay, as you can see right there, we had a major consolidation that left us a little bit of a high volume node from that day. I'm not too sure if this level is going to hold very nicely as we do have a major gap right there. Something that I want to let the people know is that we have a much stronger point of control right there, which is a weekly naked point of control. This was from the last week of November. When we do take a look at this price action, we have a high volume node, okay? Last week here from November left us a pretty significant high volume node, as you can see on the chart. That is where we start to see big volume from this entire consolidation here in November. So that is definitely the zone where the price could start getting a reaction, and that obviously would be a great zone to consider some swing long positions to come all the way back here to create new yearly highs, all right, with the hype of the spot Bitcoin ETF possible approval in January. No doubt that if it is approved, in my opinion, it will not be a sell the news event if the price has already dropped. Now, there is the other case scenario. The other case scenario is, hey, what happens if we do hold the value area low from this trading range and we start getting a bounce as we are creating higher lows? So we are creating higher lows right there. We're maintaining here nice support, just getting that bounce here yesterday night. Looks like we could be forming a kind of a symmetrical triangle structure. If we were to get that rise here and have an attempt in breaking through this zone, and this is just before the spot Bitcoin ETF possible approval, right? If we were to get that rally in the coming days to hit 44, 44.5. I'll be analyzing very carefully, guys, because this is still major resistance. We do have the value area high, point of control, one of the highest volume nodes sitting at that level where we did get rejection here on the 28th of December. This was a great shorting opportunity that we mentioned in the Legends community. We had a daily level, point of control, very choppy action, and this was a very good short position. Now, if we do get that rise, of course, yeah, this could be looking very explosive. Depending on the price action, the rejections here from these highs, value area high, a daily level that we have there also at 44,100, it could explode out. Levels to take into consideration is that 45.5K, we have a monthly level, and just $700 above that level, there's a yearly level. That is basically the yearly close, okay, from 2021 and the open of 2022. When we do go to that yearly chart, we can see right there, it is a level that has not been tapped. Big level of resistance that could get rejection. Now, if we do go here with the price action, okay, of 2017 and 2018, we have to go to the BTC US dollar pair here on Coinbase. I just want to show you how when that price, okay, of Bitcoin came all the way up to that yearly level, right? We can see that the close of 2017 and the open of 2018, that's a yearly level. That is where the price got the rejection here back in 2019, okay? So we almost rallied to $14,000, and look at this, yearly level, big wick, big rejection. Could something similar happen if we were to get that rise here, okay, to that yearly level? Was something that we need to definitely take into consideration. Of course, the yearly candle is just 2 days away in closing, so we're just going to have to see the next candle development. Always a level to take into consideration, a yearly level. So something that we need to analyze here for the next coming days, okay? That massive yearly level, which is sitting at $46,200. That is the zone where the price could get a major reaction, consolidation. We'll be looking very carefully to see how the price is reacting to that zone, because it might be a great shorting opportunity. Right now, you might think to yourself, hey Andy, is this a good longing opportunity? I don't like it for a long. I've been longing and shorting here during the last week inside of this range, beautiful levels of support and resistance. But as we've consolidated here for quite some time right now, and we do take a look at the structure, this does look very much like an A wave, a B wave here, and 3 waves right now. The question is this a running flat right there where we're just going to bottom out here at the value area low and start getting the rise? It is pure speculation. We are getting supported. I would be a little bit cautious, as usually an ABC or WXY does manage to get beneath the A wave. So it's something to be very, very cautious about, guys, okay? Just something to be ready here in the next coming days. It could break down to come to the biggest level of support. The biggest level of support that I do see here is that $38,000 range. From this consolidation, we have a lot of volume right there, and it's also the target zone of the 1.618 extension from these 2 waves here, as you can see, for a possible 3rd wave projection. Take it into consideration. We are forming some bullish CVD divergence here, no doubt. During the last few weeks, we are creating higher lows here on the price action and very aggressive lower lows. So there is a possibility of this 41,500 range where we are consolidating here during the last 2 days to actually hold and get the bounce to finally move above $44,000. It is support, guys. I just want the people to stay safe. If you're having some long attempts at this level, make sure to manage your risk very, very carefully and get in at the lowest level possible. We got a beautiful bounce just yesterday from that weekly level. This was a weekly close and open from the first couple of weeks of December, and it was holding very, very nicely. There is some long attempts here at this level, no doubt. It's value area low of the trading range. You get those wicks here. You're holding that weekly. You're creating higher lows. You got bullish CVD divergence. No doubt it has a possibility to get the bounce here in the coming days. Just want people to be extremely cautious, as from this high created on the 2nd week of December at 44,700, we can see high volume move down there. We can see a 3-wave structure to the upside, not managing to hit that high, which is very classy. A, B, we are inside of the C. Question is right now, is the C a running flat, holding here, and it's going to get a major bounce to actually break through, or is it going to break down, guys? If it does break down, it could get very aggressive. I would stay away from the charts here, trying to catch a falling knife if you do lose this high volume gap, okay? Just higher time frame scenario to take into consideration. I want my community to be extremely safe with their positions, because once a God candle to the downside, okay, does happen, this is an event that usually gets a lot of people very wrecked, and they do lose large sums of their capital because they're in a swing long position, they're adding to the position, and this could get a very aggressive move down. And only if you're using a 10x leverage, it will liquidate you, because the move can be very, very aggressive to the downside. Not much to say here, guys. Stay cautious. We are at support. We are holding that weekly level. We are holding the value area low. Now, by a thread, we are very aggressively consolidating here. Stay cautious. This could be the verge of a major large move down. If you are attempting any long positions, manage your risk very, very well, because a movement down can be very aggressive as there is no volume. To the upside then, of course, if we start breaking here to some certain levels to the upside, if we start getting some high volume on the movement to the upside, I would arguably discuss that there is a high chance that we could come all the way up to that point of control value area high, have an attempt possibly to break through and claim that liquidity that we do have above $44,000. So if we do get that momentum to the upside on the lower time frames here, start getting some pumpy action, breaking the previous day value area high, for example, then obviously that would be a nice clear sign of strength. We can see here the waves to the downside that are holding support, resistance, and if we break through right there, the previous day value area high, it will be looking pretty interesting for the price to actually continue to the upside to have an attempt to go to $44,000. So overall, I would think that this price action over here is going to be bullish, and there might be some good opportunities. If you want to know more on that scenario, make sure to join the Legends trading community, where every single day we are looking for those scalp day trade opportunities on Bitcoin. Right now, where we at, I would stay extremely cautious because we could be on the verge of getting a major drop down. Thank you very much for joining, guys. Haven't been feeling too well yesterday and today, too much eating during the holidays. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.